Welcome back to the garage. For today's video, it's going to be a little bit different because I'm going to actually do a product review on what's inside of these two boxes. Now hold on, this isn't your typical product review where companies send something to me and try to get me to promote it. I actually got a hold of this company myself and sent them an email. I've always heard good things about the tools that they make and I wanted to try them out on my YouTube channel. They checked out the videos that I do and the projects that I work on, and they were more than happy to send some stuff my way, so I greatly appreciate that. So without further delay, it's time to take the old Linux utility knife and see what's inside both of these boxes. Alright, so first up is this smaller box. Go ahead and open it up. Got staples in it as well. These are nicely packaged. Right here we have the C-frame socket press. Alright, now for the big box. Oh wow, the Automotive Driveline Master Kit. First up, we're going to talk about this Automotive Driveline Master Kit. Now this is part number 20478. Comes in this nice blow molded plastic case. Undo the latches and we'll take a look inside. Now the plastic case has a styrofoam lining that's nice and thick, and there's cutouts in here to keep all of the tools and adapters secure. You don't have to worry about anything rolling around inside of it. All of these tools are where they need to be and are always ready to just take to the next job. You've got two different pairs of these C-clip pliers. The first of which are straight. It says Tiger Tool right on the handle. Black and blue, just like the channel colors, which I very much like. The pair right next to them are angled. Then directly in front of me, you've got the bearing cup installer. This is a heavy-duty C-frame design with a forcing screw. I really like the fact, if the camera will even pick this up, that it says Made in Canada right on the side of this tool. And let me tell you, that thing is hefty. Then you've got the smaller automotive style U-joint puller. We'll go over that in just a few minutes. Right next to it, you got the medium duty U-joint puller. And then you've actually got a yoke puller off to the side. The different parts of it that fit together. Now it's time that you've seen what the tools look like. Let's grab a drive shaft and show you how it all works. Outside the garage, lightly clamped in this benchtop vise, I've got the drive shaft from an F600 Ford truck. Now we're going to be taking apart this U-joint section, so I need to remove those C-clips. So the first thing I need to do is get out here with a wire brush and clean that area up. Don't forget, you gotta do both sides. Now that the area is nice and clean, it's time to take the pliers and get this C-clip out of the way. Just as easy as that. Flip it over to the other side. But basically, this end of the tool, you slide over the yoke on the drive shaft. And then when you tighten the screw down, it's basically keeping this in place, and these arms are pushing down on the other side of the yoke, the cross of the yoke, and it's pushing this all apart. It's a little bit hard to describe without seeing it, so that's how it fits on here. I'll go ahead and get a socket and a ratchet, and we'll see how it works. Pay close attention to how far this is actually pushing down, and you'll see this yoke move further down as I go. Now my light fell. This is easily working, and it really beats putting something in a vise and hammering on it with a block of wood or using a big C-clamp. Take a look how far that's already moved. The second attempt at getting this U-joint out worked a lot better. You can see that I actually had to flip the drive shaft upside down again in the video and use this tool to run it down for a second time, because I didn't realize that buried in that grease was a grease fitting. That was bottoming out on the yoke for the drive shaft, and once that broke off, this yoke popped out nice and easy. Again, that's user error on my end. It has nothing to do with the tool. This is a real-world tool review. Not everybody can be an expert in everything that they do, but just to let you know, this is going to come in handy on some of these projects. So now I've got the bearing cap installer mocked up here on the drive shaft. I don't have a U-joint here because I just took it apart, but anyways, here's the bearing cap. You can see the forcing screw is sitting on top. So let me just grab the impact and we'll run that down and see how easy it is. Oh, you can see with no effort at all, that ran the cap down into the yoke. And let me just tell you, this is a used bearing cup, so if you had a brand new one that was smooth already, it would have went even easier than that. But that works nicely. Now you've got this C-frame socket press. Part number on this kit is 10206. It also comes in this nice blow molded plastic case. Take a look inside of it. You can see another C-frame and forcing screw. Again, this one also says made in Canada. So here you have the heavy-duty C-frame. You've got the forcing screw. Now all of the silver attachments actually fit in the end of the forcing screw. You've got these flat anvils. You've got a 1/4 inch, 3/8, and 1/2 inch as well for your sockets. The gold fittings go inside of the other end of the tool. But anyways, you've taken this tool, used your own sockets, and made a press out of it. The smaller socket will go inside of the larger one once the forcing screw is ran down, and that makes your press. And this is actually impact rated. So if I run that down, you can see that you could press something in or out Think of it basically like a wheel stud, trying to push that through a flange. You can easily do it with the sockets that you have. So now that you've seen how this works in a roundabout way in the shop, let's go outside and try to find something I can use it on in the real world and show you how well this works. Now it's time for another real world test where we'll take that socket press and see exactly what it's capable of. I've got this old hub clamped down in the bench vise outside. Let's press out one of these wheel studs. Now you can see this hub is rusted. I dug it out of a pile of scrap. It's also rusted on the back side as well. None of these have ever been out of here. So let's put the tool together and see what it'll do. This is how I have it set up. You can see the C-frame going over the top. You've got the forcing screw on this side. A 1/4-inch adapter goes to a Thorson socket that just lightly fits over the end of the lug stud. Now that's keeping this from just sliding off the end whenever I apply torque to it. On the back side, I've got the flat anvil, and it's sandwiched in between the rotor with this piece of 1/2-inch steel. It was some kind of a bracket back in the day that my dad used for some piece of equipment, I would imagine. But all of this is in here. I can put my impact on the forcing screw and force this lug stud through the back side of the hub. So let's set the camera up and see what it does. I know, don't tell on me. I've got a chrome socket that I'm going to put on here, but just ignore that. Let's see what it'll do. Just like that. Press the wheel stud out with zero problems. Alright, how about a better close-up of the tool working? So let's go ahead and punch another one of these out of here. Now that right there is a time saver. The socket press worked wonders and punched out both of those lug studs within about 5 minutes. So this tool is definitely going to earn its keep in the garage and in the long run save me time on these future projects. I cannot thank Tiger Tool enough for sending this stuff my way. I greatly appreciate that, and they'll be able to see this stuff in future videos. Now, I understand as well there's old-fashioned ways of removing these from a hub. The way that I'm used to doing before I had this tool was threading on a lug nut and just smacking it with a hammer, and a lot of the times that will work, but it doesn't always work out that way. There's a lot more force that keeps these in there than you would ever imagine. Now I say this because, do you remember that piece of 1/2-inch steel that I put behind that rotor? Well, that's bent now. You can see this has a nice little 22-degree bend in it now. That just goes to show you there's a lot more clamping force keeping these in here than you would ever imagine. You know, as I sit here and look both of these toolkits over again for the end of the video, I really can't stress how much I greatly appreciate Tiger Tool and their generosity for sending this stuff my way. Now, I was interested in just one of these kits, asking them questions, and lo and behold, they sent both my way at no charge. I hope that's a little bit inspirational to some of the other small YouTube channels out there like mine. At this point in time, my channel has a little over 16,000 subscribers. I mean, you're not looking at a channel that's got 250,000 subscribers doing a tool review like this. They actually sent something out to one of the small channels like mine, and were more than happy to see this stuff used in videos. And this will save me so much time in the long run that it's really not even funny talking about. I am used to doing everything the old-fashioned way, taking the U-joints out of a drive shaft by putting it in a vise and smacking on the U-joint cups with a block of wood and a hammer, and let me tell you, that makes for a long day. Now I will leave in the video description below for this video the part number for both of these kits and the link to Tiger Tool website if you want to go ahead and check them out for yourself. But anyways, as you might tell, it's pretty late in the evening after work. Still got the old work clothes on, and I wanted to wrap this up. Tiger Tool was very kind to just let me have 3 or 4 weeks to do this tool review, but since I don't really get things done on this channel in a timely manner, I didn't want this to sit all winter without me ever doing the tool review. So hopefully the small snippets will work. I have a video planned on rebuilding the front end in my half-ton Dodge pickup, and whenever we do that, these tools will also be featured in that video as well. Anyways, that's the end of this video. I don't want to keep rambling on. So thanks for watching. Consider subscribing if this is the kind of videos that you're into. And always remember that it doesn't matter if you're working on your project in a garage or in your driveway. What truly matters is that you go out there, you do the job yourself, and you learn more about what you're working on, whatever that may be. Well, my name is Zane, and I hope to catch you next time.